If you've experienced trauma, especially in your early childhood, the reason why it's so important for you to get therapy or just simply to talk about the experiences that you've had. Whenever these traumatic things happened to you in the past, what it did was it altered your brain chemistry. And there's ways to rewire your brain. I'm sure you've heard of that before. And one of the ways that you can do that is by talking about these experiences. You begin to desensitize your anxiety or your fear around that trauma, especially if you've experienced severe childhood trauma. It could be why now you have random panic attacks or anxiety. So basically, the more that you talk about them, the more that you desensitize and rewire your brain chemistry around that situation. I'll give you a personal example. Back in 2021, I pretty much lost my mind and went insane, and I ended up in a 2-month-long psychotic episode. That was so severely traumatizing and scary. And the reason why I'm able to talk about it now and help people through that same exact experience is because I talked about it. I went through all the emotions. I've cried about it. I've released all of that. And the more and more I talked about it, the more and more I desensitized my anxiety and my fear around that situation. I remember after it first happened, the thought of that situation or the thought of being in the mental hospital made me so anxious. My heart would start racing. And so now, because I've talked about my experience enough times, I am more desensitized. I can talk about it now without getting super anxious, without wanting to cry. We have a part of our brain that is constantly trying to regulate us, keep us safe, keep us out of harm, keep us in a safe, regulated state. And basically, when you experience severe trauma, those parts of your brains are altered. You're someone that lives with a lot of anxiety and just pain and trauma from the past, and you don't really talk about it often. I really highly suggest that you go to therapy or you just find some sort of healthy way to release it. The more that you talk about that experience and process it, the less it'll affect you.